What's up, Patreon? Daniel Weber asked, what prep items to buy when doing your normal shopping? And since I don't do normal shopping, I brought along the person who does do normal shopping. Because all I do is abnormal shopping, which
Right.
is either, hey, we need this thing, please go get it, or let's see if we could put together a 10,000 pound load of wheat.
Right, yeah, you do the like super bulk.
Super bulk,
shopping.
yeah.
Like he goes to the feed store and comes back with
Thousands of pounds of food.
right,
You not so much.
right.
So we should preface this conversation by saying, I have said repeatedly on camera that whenever we go to the store, we try and get something useful related to prepping.
Yes.
Whether it's one Bic lighter in the checkout lane or a can of beans or a whatever. So no matter what. Because if you're going to spend $5, $6 is $5. Buy a
Right.
can of chili or
Yeah.
whatever. So, grocery lady, have
Okay.
at it.
So, like he said, whenever I go grocery shopping, I try to get something prep related. And I generally do it, I generally do my shopping every week. And I may, usually at like the beginning of the month, I do like my big shopping. And then the subsequent weeks, I'll do just little things that we've run out of for the month. So usually that first trip, I don't get anything necessarily because I'm getting such a huge grocery bill anyways. But then the subsequent weeks that I'm not spending that much money, I will pick up extra cans of beans, bags of beans, cream of chicken, cream of mushroom soup, cream of celery, spices,
Lamps.
oil lamps, oil for those lamps, extra wicks for those lamps, toiletries,
One of the things
washcloths.
yeah, I've been grabbing batteries just for like the last few months when I'm like, oh, I'm here. And especially, there's a weird thing that happens in my brain when it comes to like the size of the ticket. Like if I know that it's going to be like a $250 trip to the store, I'm already like mentally okay with 300.
Right.
So I'm like, and by the way, the cost of freaking batteries as well is absurd. You should get rechargeables. We have rechargeables. They suck compared to copper tops. Maybe we need different rechargeables. I don't know. But those rechargeables we have suck compared to copper tops. But yeah, so I've been grabbing those and lighters. But I don't divulge my lighter secrets. Because otherwise we wouldn't have any when we needed them.
But also canned meats. So like for us being Torah observant, I'll pick up turkey spam, canned beef, canned chicken. But generally the things that I buy at the grocery store are a part of our rotational pantry. So
great point.
it's usually things that we eat anyways. So when I go to the store, whatever I buy, like if I buy 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, I'll pull 2 out of the pantry, prepper pantry, put those in the regular pantry, and put the ones I just bought into the prepper pantry. But really, I'm buying extra of things that we would normally buy anyways.
Yeah, see, you said earlier, like, when we run out of stuff was the phrase that you used. We don't really run out of stuff. We just run out of see, we need to clarify here. We have a very small pantry cabinet in our kitchen.
Right.
Because we didn't design our kitchen. And so our carrying capacity for food in our kitchen is like a week, maybe 2.
Right.
But our upstairs, and then we have a closet upstairs we turn into our prepper
A
pantry.
walk-in closet.
And that's much more along the lines of like 3 months worth of food up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're constantly bringing things up the steps to put them into the prepper pantry, and then taking stuff out of that pantry and bringing them downstairs, to move them into our everyday consumption pantry, our EDC pantry, everyday consumption pantry. And at some point when we do an addition on this house, I'll put a big old pantry in, the kind of pantry you can park a pickup truck in.
Right.
That's like priority number 112 on the list right now. So, we don't typically run out of things. We just move them from, the prepper pantry to the everyday consumption pantry. And then the things that we do like legit run out of, it's like, we should be stocking that.
Right.
So.
But I mean, as far as what prep items to buy what you're already buying, just buy more of it. And so, like, if you like chili beans, buy 4 cans of chili beans. If you like baked beans, buy 4 cans of baked beans. If you like cream of chicken, like if you use a lot of cream of chicken or cream of whatever, buy that. My biggest thing is rice and beans by themselves are not very flavorful. So,
Wow, you really scared that wasp away.
I did. did
Brutal.
cat fight with him.
Brutal.
So like we buy like the big huge taco seasoning things.
Fajita seasoning. That fajita.
Big garlic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean like.
Yeah, and see the rice and beans, that's your starch to fill
Right.
you. Grains fill you up. Everything else, your veggies and your meats are going to give you, micronutrients, trace proteins, but they're not your macronutrition. Your macronutrition is going to be your stored dried grains that give you a full belly. But you don't want to eat just rice and beans every day, which is why I really like having the 7 meals plan of like, hey, let's make chili. Okay, we made chili. Now dump that chili over the top of rice with some beans in it, and now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
And like that bread you made is freaking fantastic. Tell them what it is.
So it's wheat berry, like from complete scratch, wheat berry bread, honey wheat berry bread.
Heck yeah.
And it's delicious.
Delicious isn't the word. You slather some butter on that stuff, it's like
It's good.
rated TV MA.
Yeah.
It's good.
So we've been working at storing wheat berries, and I told TJ, like, I need to know, like, how to process these and how to actually cook with them and what I can make with them and how it's going to turn out and what the flavor is going to be. So, he bought me a book of recipes, and I'm sure, because I didn't do a video on it because I didn't want to do a video on it in case it turned out horrible. So now that I know that it's good, I'll be doing a video on it.
What's the name of the book? They're gonna ask. Do you remember? The Whole Flour Cookbook or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think so.
Follow her channel. She's 2 away from 1,000
One.
anyway. 1 away
One
from
away.
1,000. Hopefully you'll have 1,000 by the time this airs.
Right.
Hommy Biscuits, HOMMY BISCUITS, Hommy Biscuits on the YouTubes. Because like a lot of people are like, man, I miss all your homesteady stuff. We're doing that over there. That's where all the homesteady stuff is. So.
Or on Patreon.
Or on Patreon, which they're already here for that.
Right.
But I mean, even on Patreon, there's Homestead Thursday, 1 day a week. And,
Right.
But all the other homesteady things are really going to your channel, which is great, diversification.
Right.
So, but the point being, that wheat bread was freaking phenomenal.
Yep.
So good.
You can make tortillas out of it. Like there's a
Yep.
tortilla recipe. There's like some cinnamon roll
Yep.
bread that my daughter really wants me to make. So you just need to focus on what you're eating. Like what you're
Yep.
eating is not what we're eating, more than likely.
Let me talk to that for a minute, because a lot of people look at food storage with a width versus depth argument. Like they want a real wide variety of things because they're like, man, you know, food boredom's a real thing. And it is. Food boredom is a real thing. Let me tell you something. You know, we just recently got back from this mission in Muskogee. You could have put chopped up cardboard on a piece of tin roof and I would have eaten it with a smile on my face. I did not care because we were getting after it. But as far as this concept of width in the variety of your foods, I think that's very often overplayed. Most people eat predominantly 7 to 14 meals regularly. That's what's on your rotation right now is 7 to 14 meals. And occasionally, maybe
You'll throw in something
yeah,
new.
you'll be like, I just need something Asian or
Right.
whatever. Okay, cool. But most people, we love to think that we're just all special snowflakes and individuals, but we're not. We're creatures of habit just like
Right.
every other animal on the planet. And no, we're not animals. We have dominion over the animals, blah, 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 blah. But we are creatures of habit. If we weren't creatures of habit, Mossad wouldn't be so good at their job. Okay? Follow people around until you learn their routine, then find the chinks in their armor and roll them up in a piece of carpet and, you know, drop them in the Mediterranean Sea or whatever. But my point here being that the width of food storage is oftentimes overplayed, and I think what people should focus on is the depth of food storage. Have your 7 to 14 meals that you just, you know, from scratch without thinking about it, no matter, like, there's not a person on this property other than Aspen that has to think about how to make biscuits. Right? Like, it's a non-issue. We need biscuits. Everybody here can make biscuits. Right? So I think it's more about having depth. It's like, man, we just love tacos. Okay, cool. How do we make sure we can have tacos once a week? Because we love tacos. Okay, you know, reverse engineer that. Much more than try and get artsy fartsy with, like, we're gonna have a pumpkin and basil bisque tonight with when was the last time you made pumpkin basil bisque? Never. Never. So in the width versus depth argument of food storage, I think variety is good, but variety within that 7 to 14 meals that you're already routinely eating.
Figure out how to prep those. Like, if
and then go deep with it.
If it's buying canned chicken, or if it's, you know, pressure canning your own chicken, or ground beef,
or raising turkeys.
Yep. But figure out what you're already eating and then prep that.
One thing I will add, doing your normal shopping, things that I see like often overlooked are like, I was gonna say like prepping stuff, but we're talking about prepping stuff. I mean food prep, like saran wrap, tin foil, things like that. Plates, a spare pair of tongs.
Can opener.
A can opener. Hell yeah, a wine opener. How many times, every time we go somewhere, we're like, we've got 14 corkscrews and they're all at home in the corkscrew drawer. So, shut up, guinea hen. So, you know, things like that, you know, just plastic utensils go a long way towards, can we rewash the metal ones? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. Isn't it cool to just put it all in a Walmart sack and light it on fire and bam, trash is done. You know, no cleanup. Or you're cleaning up one pot instead of all these plates and dishes and blah, blah, blah. So I see that overlooked a lot, and it's things like that. Like I have a tote with spare tin foil in it upstairs in the prepper closet because I like tin foil. You know,
cooking on the grill.
And so maybe what you do is you meander down some of those more abstract aisles at the grocery store and think objectively about what's my depth on these things. You know, like Ziplocs. Man, Ziplocs are priceless for like all the things.
And cookware. Too. Like I went on a little kick for like a month where every time I went to the store, all I bought was cast iron.
That's true.
Like I came home with a new cast iron pan every time I came home from Walmart. So.
And we have a lot of cast iron now.
Yeah.
But good.
Because I mean, you're not going to be cooking on your home stove,
Yeah.
chances are.
Most of us will not
Right.
be.
You're going to be outside on a fire. So
Which is a whole
can your
nother
current
story.
cookware hold up to being placed on a fire?
Can you cook with your cookware
Right.
on a fire? So
We need to do some of those videos.
as the moment it's not 110, I'm in.
Yeah. Because that's why I got the Dutch oven, was so I can make biscuits. Somebody wants me to
Make biscuits in a Dutch oven.
make biscuits outside.
Sister Kate had a great video of making scones on her wood stove
Yeah.
in double Dutch ovens.
That'd be good.
Because Sister Kate's totally badass. Much more so, like, we're very fortunate that we get to hang with these peeps. Because people don't realize just how badass.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Good people. Good people. Cool. On to the next one.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that answers it.
That's our answer.
Yeah.
And tell us down in the comments, y'all. Like, that's one of the best things about
Right.
Patreon is the productive comments. What are the
And
things?
a community discussion. Like,
Yeah.
if there's something we forgot.
Yep. And also community discussion. BearIndependent.com/forum. There's a lot of that going on there. So hit us down in the comments. Tell us what you think. Like, when you go to the store, what do you get? You know, because he says, you know, what prep items to buy when you're doing your normal shopping. Usually we get a lot of questions like, what abnormal things should I be prepping? I'm like, well,
Right.
how are you abnormal? Prep those things.
Right.
So, cool. Thanks, Daniel Weber.
Yeah.
What's this?
I'm holding my water
Oh,
bottle.
this
I
is
can't-
by?
Yeah.
What's this?
I'm holding my water bottle.
Is this back itchy?
Bye.
Shalom, Daniel Weber.